For nearly a decade, these prison walls were home to Regan Mugarura. Today, he walks free, carrying the weight of a criminal past he says he can never erase. Lured by the promise of quick money, Mugarura says he joined an organized car theft syndicate while still a young man.
Cute Kaya the musician used to rent next to us, so I admired his lifestyle. I started doing his domestic housework. When my father took me to school in Niganga, I started stealing to try and copy an enriched lifestyle. When my father got to know, he got me arrested and sent me to Luzira Prison. That's where I met a man who introduced me to the criminal racket.
The business, he says, was highly profitable. Every successful theft meant another payday until the law caught up with them.
Sobola okiteeka ku sabbuuni bwenti n'enkinyiggako bwenti side zonna.
I can print your key on a bar of soap and have it cut into about 3 copies from which I can come back and use to steal your car. Or we can come and break into your car, disable the ignition and use wires to start it off. After that, we drive away with cars and we pay 2 million for every car that reaches the border.
Twalina abagagga omu yali asinga ali bamuyita Samonga, omulala Dinaya. Abamu tubaine Kenya, abamu tubaine Tanzania ne Zanzibar. Nga tutuwonna nga ab'e Kenya batuleetera wano, naffe ne tutwalayo. Bwe tutyo ab'e Tanzania ne baleeta, naffe ne tutwalayo.
But the money came at a heavy price. Mugarura says while many of the stolen vehicles were never recovered, arrests were often followed by torture and intense interrogation as investigators searched for the missing cars and those behind the syndicates.
Safe house eyo.
At the safe house, I was tortured and made to speak where all the stolen cars were taken. However, I would never sell the cars to Ugandans because then the buyers can be traced.
He claims that once a stolen vehicle crossed Uganda's borders, recovering it became extremely difficult, even when suspects had already been arrested. His criminal career came to an abrupt end after a robbery that would earn him a 10-year prison sentence. Mugarura admits that he was part of the group convicted over the robbery of Vision Group Chief Executive Officer Don Wanyama's vehicle from his home in Mukono.
Nenjitwala mpaka Kisumu. Kisumu ne ntuuka ne bampa ssente ne nkomawo.
I drove it up to Kisumu and I was paid, but I didn't know who the owner of the car was. The car was tracked and I was arrested in 3 days.
Oledde omuntu bantute ku CPS ku bitongole byonna nvuddeyo maze omutegeera.
But I got to know I was in deep trouble when I was told Don Wanyama works with the State House and the wife is a magistrate at the Nakawa court.
Now a free man, Mugarura says prison changed his outlook on life. He regrets the years lost behind bars, the pain caused to his family, and the stigma that continues long after release. To help others avoid returning to crime, he has formed a support group for former inmates as they rebuild their lives.
Ekintu kino nga kigenda okuba nga kikwasaganya music, kuba skillinga, kuba counselinga.
This association will help both inmates and those that are out of prison to develop their skills, like singing and also counseling them. Because by the time one leaves prison, they don't have anything to restart life with.
Vehicle theft remains one of Uganda's persistent property crimes. According to the police annual crime report 2025, about 800 vehicles were reported stolen, with only about 600 recovered. For Flavia Nasaka, the statistics are deeply personal. Her vehicle was stolen in 2022.
I decided to take the car to the washing bay to prepare for tomorrow. And I had been using that washing bay for like 5 years. So I would take it there, they wash it, I pick it, or I pick it in the morning. So that day, around 7:30, the person who was manning the place called me and said, madam, have you picked your car? I said, no, I hadn't picked it. And because I know that cars are stolen and this was a new car, I knew it was something was amiss because I hadn't sent anyone to pick the car. He said, madam, I can't see your car. Are you the one who picked it? I rushed and reached the parking lot and the car wasn't there.
Despite reporting the theft immediately, she has never recovered it.
He sent me pictures of somebody they had arrested. And this person was standing in front of the car. And they told me, you know what, your car is in Kalangal. And to get it for you, you need 7 million shillings. And I had been spending, I was so tired. I had been spending those 100, the private investigator to watch the borders, I gave him 2 million. So I was tired.
Then came an unexpected twist. Last year, she received a notification indicating that motor third-party insurance had been paid for her stolen vehicle, suggesting it was still in use. Deputy Kampala Metropolitan Police spokesperson Luke Owoyesigire says demanding money to recover stolen property is illegal and urges anyone faced with such requests to report the officers involved.
It could be a car, it could be a vehicle, it could be a motorcycle. It is our responsibility. But I want to also agree that we do register cases at our professional standards unit where people come out to complain that they are footing all costs of looking for something that has been stolen from them, which we believe is unlawful.
He's also urging motorists to strengthen their vehicle security by installing tracking systems.
When a vehicle leaves the country, it becomes very hard. So there are those vehicles that we shall not recover, not because we cannot, but the bureaucracies, there's a lot to put into consideration that might not make us recover them.
For Regan Mugarura, freedom has come with a painful lesson. He says the money from crime disappears quickly, but the consequences can last a lifetime. Walter Mwesije, NTV.